everything set on up. YouTube's going, Rumble is going, Twitter's not booting up for some odd reason, Twitch is loading, and looks like that's all loaded on up. Give me a moment to pull up the live chat windows. And that's all good. Give me a moment to check my other computer. And that's all good. And looks like everything is online, so let's actually find a replay now. Starting from the top of the leaderboards. Here's to be not hidden. Avoid the customs, of course. Minutes too short. 20 minutes. Here we go, can probably do this one. Keep an eye on Gorge. Could also do this one as well. I think it's the same two players. Or the customs. Yeah, Ottoman versus French. Looks like two Gorge maps. Ottoman versus Holy Roman Empire. We also got, same players. Knights Templar versus Abbasid Dynasty. Abbasid Dynasty is actually not too common anymore, so I'm going to do Abbasid Dynasty instead. Help mix up the number of civs. You know, it is shorter. Like I said beforehand, Abbasid Dynasty seems pretty rare nowadays, though there was a couple update patches recently, but I haven't casted them too much lately. I think I've ever casted them versus Knights Templar as well, because I don't remember making a flag like that. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Well, on the south side is the pink Abbasid Dynasty, got Numenden. Well, on top right side is the green Knights Templar, got WAM01. And we do have an early barracks. Knights Templar doesn't get Age 2 heavy infantry, so this is a spearman rush from Knights Templar. This map does not have the local dogs to kill off their den. House Wisdom now being established. Remember as well, Abbasid Dynasty does of course have House Wisdom, which does provide very powerful aura. The +5 fire armor. Not seem like much unless you're playing Mongols and you realize how little raid you can get versus them. So we got a Spearman Rush from the Knights Templar. I don't think I've seen that before. At least not on the map, like I said, with the lack of exotic doggos. He will get enough gold age on up, so maybe he has sort of studied this player where he usually goes for late gold. He just needs 20 more gold, so one more trip and he'll be fine. Stabs, I think the wrong villager there. And does have all 200 gold. +5 armor will go a long way. When it comes to map generation, I'm going to go ahead and maximize the map here, and maybe not forget about it being maximized. Of course, got the deer right here, now being warded away. Got the berries for improved berries right there, and over here, going to the military wing, get some free spearmans and archers. There's large berry deposits down here, nearby deer deposit. Pumbaa here, but eating pork is haram. For green, he has both gold deposits up here along the board, and he is actually immediately going for the deer as well. Did not see that. Two folks in the spearmen. There's a deer deposit way up here, some berries here, but of course he does not improve berry. The large stone and gold right there. Of course he's not aged on up just yet. It is of course going to be a late age up. So he's going to easily able to deal with this one spearman, because he will get 2 spearmans. And of course get 2 archers. Going for the Knights Hospitallers. increasing the health of civilians by 30% and their move speed by 10%. Increases their all healing sources by 30% as well. It gets a unique heavy infantry, which does have a heal ability like monks and warrior monks. I think they are classified as heavy infantry, but I think their armor is like 2-2 armor. They're actually pretty lightweight armor units. Lightweight heavy. That makes any poor sense. Of course, for the pilgrimage, he will of course have eventually 3 pilgrims, 3 destinations on the map. Not super valuable destinations, of course, but it is decent gold you get from it, and infinite. It requires, surprisingly enough, very little protection a lot of times. At least in the replays I've been casting. Abstinency player is going for a bit of skill here, so he's going for a secondary town center. If you would have gone for the economic wing Fertile Crescent, this will reduce the cost of the town center, both wood and stone, by 30%. But in this case, he's building the town center good old-fashioned way. On top of the deer deposit as well, it's actually usually it's this sort of style you don't see lately. This is sort of common town center placement. It hasn't really been too common for the last year. Has been lately for about a year now, I would say. It's been professional scouts. So much so they nerf professional scouts, which I sort of find weird. I always thought professional scouts was too little, too inaccessible for the longest time. It is quite expensive, but now it with the last nerf, it got increased cost like to what, 400 total resources? 450. It always felt like too expensive to me. But it more or less became the meta, and somehow the reason they just decided to nerf it. There may be some mathematical reasons I haven't really looked into. Probably because you can probably steal your opponent's food on your opponent's side and delays farms, so... How many farms could delay? Farms do cost 70 resources. The Pilgrims take some damage. Actually, the Pilgrims got a combat sprint. It does drop like deliver the gold there. I saw the Pilgrim actually move faster, like if it got a combat sprint. Did not know Pilgrims get combat sprints. Probably shouldn't. Like Megadite. There's a nice Hospitaler. Yeah, it has 2-1 armor, so it's actually they're pretty vulnerable to range damage. They do have decent bulk to them, but archers do reasonable damage. Nice Hospitalers, looks like they have intermediary speed, faster than man-at-arms, slower than spearmen. So take that how you will. Sort of strange to have intermediary speed like that. Oh well. Looks like the gold is being dropped from 120 or 110 gold per minute, which is pretty good. Effectively, that is about 2.5 villagers with some gold upgrades, which he does have one. We got the fresh food stuff. Still no Golden Age Tier 1. Golden Age Tier 1 is something you really should go a bit more aggressive towards, in my opinion. Provides plus 50% gathering rate for all resources. One of the best economic benefits in the entire game. And you can easily squeeze out an extra house too, because you always will need houses, so building a couple houses early can help squeeze out that powerful economic benefit. Archers now engaging. Mass archers will be okay versus hospitalers. They do have 2 range armor, or range melee damage and 1 range armor. Good job focusing on those archers. Nice hospitalers do have 10 damage, which might be slower than Feudal Age Man Arms. I actually don't know how much damage a Feudal Age Man Arm actually has. Actually, that may be the same. We got Kingdom Castile. I'm not familiar with Kingdom Castile. Units near single sites get plus 3% bonus damage and health regen, which may stack with Knight's Hospitaler. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen somebody Age of Castile in multiplayer. This may be a pretty good map for that. After all, this map tends to be a bit laney. Wait, is this sheep claimed by the Sacred Site? I think that sheep's claimed by the sacred site since it's attached to following the it's because of that melee range of the sacred site. I don't know if it actually can be claimed. Sorry, just a little bit off target topic there. Kingdom of Castile, that's that. We do have a unit here, Genitor. So let's switch over to here. Kingdom of Castile provides Genitor. I may have seen that once before now, think about it. It is a mounted anti-range unit, so I think it's like a mounted Javelier. That's also what it was like in Age of Empires 2. 120 resources, so it's a mounted range armor. Don't know about the exact stats about everything else. Guess we'll find out soon enough. We do see some Absent Dynasty camel archers will be technically countered by Genitors, but also the issue of camel archers is they also provide the camel unease debuff, so I'm not sure how this is going to look. Guess we're going to see one soon enough. We got Veteran Knights Hospitalers to send this one to the hospital. Hospitalers do cost only 110 resources, but heavy in gold, so... let's see, here's a Genitor. Takes a shot there, has 5 damage. It's not too high. 10 plus 10 versus all ranged. So they're similar Javeliers, the Mullion Javeliers, but they have lower base damage, I think roughly similar bonus damage. Attack speed's the same as archers, and their range is 6.5, which is pretty good. Camel archers in comparison have a range of 3.75, which is pretty slow, but they do hit pretty hard for a mounted archer. They do also almost cost the same as a knight. And a lot of upgrades to go along with them, of course. There's a lot of research, which I tend to call devotion. With a large number of research there to make them good. Economic being researched now. Absent Dynasty Fire does have 53 villagers as opposed to 30. And green may want to get out some rugs claimed as quickly as possible, though. But no, there's a monster in the field, but no monks on the field nor in the build queue. Genitors also have 4 range armor, so these archers with +1 range damage only do 2 damage per arrow, which can easily be countered by a +1 range armor to make them only do 1 damage. Economic growth will also give a good farming upgrade, plus 15%. See the Knights Hospitalers there, providing a bit of healing there. Good hits, does take out some of those villagers. The Veteran Knights Hospitalers actually get to up to 3/3 armor, so similar to Palace Guards, but they sure don't move as quick as Palace Guards. Quite the opposite. We got some horsemen in the field, which will be a good counter to the Genitors. After all, they are ranged units, so they are countered by a horseman. And their low base damage means horsemen will not take much damage whatsoever. In fact, in the next age, they may just take 1 damage per javelin. The secondary town center will be going down. That villager looks like will be picked on off. Town center has been killed on off. Boot camp could be very useful. Not to mention, since the Hospitalers do have pretty low armor, Giloms will get a decent amount of extra damage on in, since they're more of an anti-low armor unit. Got some Brother Templars now in the build queue. As well as Fertile Crescent's cheap upgrade to make it just reduces the cost of all the housing. Eventually, if everyone wants to go for another town center, that will also be cheaper. Oh, got some horsemen's back here. Right now we've got level 1 pilgrims. Can go for a second pilgrim.
حان وقت الركوب. لنركب أيها الخيالة.
He does have a decent army in the field. Seeing a decent number of lancers in the field. Genters are, of course, a bit more of a counter unit. These archers, of course, can hide in these towers. Not enough room for all of them, even if this was built. Takes quite a bit of damage. They got a single villager. No textiles as well. The Genters have high range armor, so they don't take too much damage there. Green's back on off. Horsemen and knights are pursuing. Got some brother Templars now pulled in the field. There's simply a knight or lancer with a little bit of extra health and a little bit extra cost. Camel Archer does go down. He does focus on the Camel Archers after Genters. At this point in time, Camel Riders probably be a good item to pull in the field. Nice Hospitalers engaging. Got some force in the back line as well. Green's army is starting to get fully surrounded. In fact, he may have trouble escaping. More Genters and a Scalpers along the flank. Green took some pretty sizable losses there. Had no real proper counter to the Lancers. Need some Spearmans as well as some Crossbowmans. And of course, got a bit of health regen there. Don't know what the health regen is like. It's 1, so it's okay. Oh, that aura effect is also pretty good at. Also can support out siege weapons with their bonus damage. So it could be quite good for trebuchets. Poland, Teutonic, or Venice. All of them has a good benefits. We also got Golden Age Tier 2 now available, increasing research speed by 50%. Not too important. Knight takes some damage there. Brother Templar is trying to get some charge attacks. You have now another secondary town that are trying to be established, as well as more barracks. Decent number of units here. Spearmen are the way to go. Horsemen, not a bad idea. Lancers, not a bad idea either. We now just only have 4 spearmen in the field, and they're also only hardened spearmen. Also, the percentage increase does affect bonus damage as well. Veteran Spearman on the way for the Absence of Distant Player. He's also deploying out another Spearman. Trying to claim some more stone here. Private defenses for these villagers. No upgrades on any of them. Would be quite expensive to get them all upgraded. But this force doesn't really pose massive threat to the towers themselves, so an arrow slit wouldn't be half bad. Just increase their range and give them a bit of extra damage. Good Camp now being researched by the Abyss of Dynasty, a very powerful upgrade. Lancers and Genters on flank. I do hear a relic picked on up, but Imam there. Right now, Green has obtained 3 relics and picked up a 4th. Pink's only picked up the single one, so Green will have a relic advantage by far. Villagers needed to get inside of the keeps there. I'm gonna lose a fair number of them. Villagers trying to shank the Genitor, has 1 HP remaining. Another town set is going on up. Fertile Crescent does make it cheaper. Green did a good job picking off some villagers. So far killed 13. Pink's only killed off 4. Now got composite bows being researched there as well. Increased attack speed of archers by 33%. A very powerful upgrade.
ماذا لديك لأفعل؟
Town center now under fire, but Questioners are not exactly siege weapons. There are a number of spearmen here, push way forward, trying to torch down the town center now. It is affected by the House of Wisdom's fire armor, so take a lot of extra abuse. The Lancers and Brother Templar are going on down. Pink, backing on off, takes the damage. Archers firing away, getting some hits there on those spearmen. Genters in the back line, hitting various frontline units, which is not exactly great. Possible in the back line, they can generally hit everything on the smoke and spearmen. Possible is not a bad target for them, just not a great target. Excuse me. Green's now push away forward. Green does have a good number of Genters in the back line, focus on those archers. Lancer does fall back with minimal health, 3 health. And looks like these villagers finally get back to work. Got these Lancers or Brother Templars trying to head over here. No upgrades on these outposts. Plenty of room for them though. One villager does go down, 2 of them goes down. Hospitallers, Senators. So this composition, no more Brother Templars. Of course, we do have level 2 Pilgrims on the field, so getting 2 Pilgrims on the field. 2 Second are also catching up for Green. So got really picked up by one of Green's units, so maybe he does not have another monster to drop it off. Villagers do escape to the secondary town center. Horsemen now moving down south. We do have this Brother Templar rotating around. Up here we do have now the Gentors advance way forward, getting some damage from the Lancer. Looks like there's another outpost there, still 3,000 gold. Lancers not push way forward. Sacred sites have all been obtained by Green. Puts some pressure on Pink. These forces push straight forward. Got a line of walls going down south. Got some horsemen trying to raid the villagers. Maybe to capture a secret site or 2. Episode didn't see player has enough gold to age on up. Just need a lot more food. But Knights Templar player is pretty low in all resources. Though he is agent of Venice now, which gives some Venetian traders, which are pretty good traders, but you won't get a small number of them. The other effects for Venice is reduce the change of buy and sell rates by 75% when trading resources for the market. Got some farms being established back here as well. Gold being obtained. If you want to get out some more gold income, you can always get some more stone and deploy out some more fortresses to protect the sacred sites. One quick goes on down there. Knights of War, of course, has aged up, going for the elite Knights Hospitalers. While that's the player is not aged on up. And we do have some Cantonero now being put on the field. Cantonero are a entirely gold unit that's good against gunpowder. I think they're overall pretty good, decent stat. They are classified as heavy infantry as well, so more reason to go for some crossbowmans. Cantonero, if my Italian's incorrect, I think it means leader, right? Those more associated with mercenaries or contract men. Monastery trying to be torched on down. You improve the gold income from the monastery with a fortress upgrade and being a fortress aura influence. The Mount Spring Gulls can engage all the melee infantry there. Mangonels, of course, better versus ranged units there, such as those Javelins, Genitours. Getting some decent hits there, but they're actually pretty good in general units as well with the AoE splash. Pink's and Green's force slowly being picked apart. Doesn't seem like it's going good for either way. Pink's front line's about to disintegrate, but Pink does have a good number of spring golds on the field. Mangonels gains good damage across the front line. Got some regular forces being put out as well for a bit of mercy. Here's one Cantoneros. Yep, classifies heavy, has 2-3 armor, so not too great. Of course, has a gunpowder resistance. They do offer good damage, 16 base damage, and a pretty good attack speed. All those spring golds quickly goes on down. They offer a bit of moderate bulk to with them as well. They only cost 120, but remember as well, gold is expensive. You need to really start eyeing to get extra gold sources to make them produce in large numbers. Got some crossbowmen now being put on the field. Now a fortress being established up here. Fortress now being established right there. Pink's just falling back, trying to get reinforced. Not aging up at the moment. And we've got elite horsemen now on the way for the Knights Templar. Genitours push the way forward. There's a good number of them, and also are elite. Secondary town center will go down. Abstinence player has plenty of gold or villagers at the moment. They have to really worry about producing all too much, plus it still has 2 town centers remaining. Lions are charging way forward. Green is lacking any sort of spearmen nor crossbowmen. Green's now trying to engage those villagers. Pink trying to protect them. They have similar military numbers. Pink has more value in the field, but he is behind Ace, so quality is an issue for him at the moment. Textile is now being researched by Pink. Pink right now does have a good number of Lancers on the field, though. while green does have a good number of the Campanero. Lancers try and connect. Horseman backing on off. A number of Knights Templars here to heal up all this entire force. And now we do have the Abstinency aging up to the Culture Wing, which of course can make his research cost cheaper. Green's now pushed way forward, good number of horsemen there. Green has a good supply of force spearmen. Abstinency player only has 10 archers at the moment. Going for just a sheer large number of lancers, which is quite nice. But he may want to fall back, keep his distance so he gets the champion lancer or elite lancer upgrade. But right now he's forced to engage. Archers need to make sure they focus on the spearmen. Crossbow generally don't have to worry about hitting something special, but the Campanero are something they should try to hit. Looks like all the Pink's range units are starting to be cleaned out up. Got a nice concave for Pink, but I think Green will do just fine. Pink's force starting to disintegrate as the quality has become an issue rather than the value. And Pink's army's base disintegrate has half the value on the field now. Elite Spear on the way, as well as the Elite Knight or Lancer. He does have all 6 structures, so he does have full max up benefits House Wisdom. There's plus 20 collection rate, production speeds, and research rate. He also need, he's going for this research, but he also needs to get this preservation knowledge as quickly as he can, because it is a very good technology to immediately get. Going for it now. I wonder, did he just cancel the Spearman upgrade? No, he did not. Oh, yes, he did. He did cancel Spearman upgrade. And Pink backs the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Short. Could do this one. Anything's better than 32 minutes. English for probably do the Zuzi's like C. Oh. Howdy. Thank you for the raid of one person. Son, welcome to the stream, son of Aries 12. We will be doing this replay right here. Howdy. Let me just open up the stream here. And we should be good to go now. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the bottom right side is the red Zuzi's Legacy. We got Raven. I keep on overthinking it. On top left side is the Green Order of the Dragon. We have a foreign name. Yep, you are the only one. Thank you. When it comes to Zuzi's Legacy, let's keep an eye out. Let's see. Meditation Gardens is the big question. This seems a good spot for gold and stone, but let's see, is there anything better? But right here, we'll give him gold, stone, and a bit of food. That's probably the best spot for it, unless he wants gold, stone, and maybe wood. I'm not sure if this will reach a stone. I always have trouble estimating the aura effect from at least this angle. I don't think I can pull it up right here. Yep, not until he has enough resources, of course. Of course, it's also cast mode, so probably won't be able to do it whatsoever. For the Order of the Dragon player, let's see. He does have a good amount of trees up front, which will allow him to get some natural cover, so balls won't be too bad. But he doesn't actually have too many resources behind those trees. Got some deer and gold off the side. He has some berries here, which are okay source of food, with a bit of gold here and here, a bit more northwards and large in the center. So spinning upwards seems like the logical option. Got the Akin Chapel now being put in the field, as well as, of course, meditation gardens right there. Don't know how much food. He definitely does not get this berry bush, but I think he does. It's pretty generous when it comes to aura of these sort of things. And don't know if this one will get claimed. Each berry bush is what, 6 food, right? So in theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm guessing it's gonna be plus 60 food per minute. Guess we have to wait and see as it starts counting up. Something as well, I need to put my other live stream right there to keep an eye on the chat. And we do have early professional scouts for the Order of Dragon. And red is going for a healthy number of scouts. Of course, Zuzi's Legacy, so that's this bug where you get a Chinese scout to go along with the Zuzi's Legacy scouts. It's a weird bug, but sort of funny. And just sort of just waiting there. Red's professional scout's still on the way. And looks like I hazarded it correctly. It was 60 food per minute. And now the scout is disturbing the meditation guarding. And looks like that's the deer now being obtained now. This deer, of course, is a little bit exposed. This one should be pretty safe for Green the Claim. And this one should be pretty safe for Green the Claim as well. Spearman trying to stab some of the sheeple. And the exotic doggo wants the stick. Let's see now. We do have a outpost here, so garrison side of it will be no problem. Spearman takes some damage there. One thing you could have done is let the Spearman push forward a little bit more, let a vigil take a stab, then get inside the outpost there to get a more likely to kill off the Spearman, because you have professional scouts, you want to try to kill off the Spearman as quickly as possible. Now this deer deposit is going to be a bit harder to obtain. And Zeus's Legacy right now has 6 Spearmans in the field. Do have 1 gilded Spearman on the field, 1 more on the way. Make that 2 now. They are expensive. But the times 2. Looks like Green's quick send the wounded one, very nice. Does do 10 damage with a slightly faster attack speed. No, same attack speed. Yeah, overall the red spearman should be doing just fine in numbers, even if it's 3 versus 6. As they're both stabbing each other, Green's grabbing another piece of venison. Red's obtaining this venison now. The ungilded scout is trying to not say trot, but walk his way back. Oh, we got a fast Shalom Monastery by Zuzi's Legacy, which means he may be buying for some relics. Shalom monks are actually pretty good combatants as well. Though they're inherent, they do have ability to make them take 50% less range damage. They also have, what, 2 armor? Or just 2 melee armor? 0 range armor? Can't remember exactly. But at least getting nice and quickly allows you to grab the relics quickly. Plus, Order Dragon would also deny Regni's Cathedral, while Bulgar Palace can generally be a bit more valuable. You have to make sure it's constantly producing, however. Green's grabbing some venison. Do have now an early gilded mana arms. Should be very beneficial for these spearmen. Shaman Monk is now on the way. Only costs 200 food. And once you get Union Dynasty, of course, get pagodas out, which can also deploy out more Shaman Monks. So you can get a decent queue going with Shaman Monks, but I haven't really seen people spam them all too much, because they are still overpriced if you're trying to use them in combat. But if they only cost food, they are actually a pretty good trash unit, which will counter out spearmen, archers, and sort of horsemen as well. Just mobility issues there. Red Scout taking severe damage. After all, the Gilded Spearmen do have excellent multipliers, plus 40 damage against cavalry. Red will have trouble with that Gilded Man-at-Arms there. I mentioned there's 4 Gilded Spearmen. Red needs Cathedral now on the build queue. Red had better claim those relics as quickly as can. Remember as well, Shadow Monks does not have the +1 counter down here. They're slightly bugged in the aspect. So we just have to keep an eye out on the relics themselves. Got a Lancer on the field. It's a nice little charge tactic, but there's too many Spearmen to really make good use of it. But now we've got 2 Lancers in the field. We've got a good number of Gilded Spearmen. They could try to focus on the Lancers. That'd be a good target of opportunity. We've got a good shot there. And remember as well, Shadow Monks cannot heal units. They have a self-heal, but no combat heal. Veteran Spearmen now being caught up with the Lord of the Dragon. They saw a Lancer there. Trying to focus on these Lancers. Got a bit of Spear Brace there. Very nice. Focusing on the Spear Brace one. Down to 38 health. Red's bringing some more Spearmen and Lancers. I still don't think the Lancers are a super great idea with the number of Gilded Spearmen in the field. But he's making it work. The Sword Valley is keeping up equal. But Red's forces are getting quite wounded there. Got a Gilded Knight now in the field, which of course can be countered by all these Spearmen. Does impale one of those Spearmen, however. More Gilded Knights in the field. I think Gilded Man-at-Arms should still generally be pretty good. We have a couple Gilded Spearmen to counter the Lancers. See, Red has picked up 1 relic, or has just claimed 2 relics. Green's picked up 1, but hasn't claimed any. Got 1 here and here, still on the field. So Red is not carrying any at the moment. Right now, only 2 Shaolin Monks on the field at the moment. Spearmen heading up north. Over here, do have just a scout. Shaolin Monk does have 2 melee armor. And of course, I do have the ability to resist range damage. Lancers impales the monk or prelate. The Shadow Monk should be able to pick up that relic, no problem. Last one's in the center. Got +1 by green, so Red has picked up this other one as well. Actually, we've got a misclick here. That one's actually not picked on up. So the relic that was right around here has been picked up by green. Red now has an army value of 450. Green has an army value of 230. 1 outpost here. Of course, we do have emergency repairs available. And likely this outpost will receive the relic relatively soon. Got some Gilded Crossbowmen. My apologies. On the bottom right, got Gilded Knights taking out some Lancers. There's also a scout there waving his knife around. No village has gone down so far this game. The Gilded Knights going to cause a huge issue. Over here, we've got the Lancers push way forward. These Gilded Knights won't cause too big of an issue with this many Spear in the field. That Gilded Knight took a massive volley there. Gilded Crossbowmen needs to start focusing on these Lancers. Some of these Dragon Villagers are going down. Lancers charge way forward. Doesn't impale one of the Lancers. Only a couple Lancers remain. 1 Lancer remains. He does focus them down. And the Gilded Knights cannot be engaged into this. Villagers running around, no textiles. And down over here, these 2 Knights still roaming around. Red's killed off 3 villagers so far, and more of these Dragon Villagers are going down. +1 range damage now being researched. Got the relic inside this outpost. No upgrades though, not enough stone. He does have enough for the arrow slit. Gilded lance is being picked up by the gilded crossbowman quite nicely. Good micro there. But need some gilded archers help deal with these spearmen. And red is now falling back now. Down south, we do have just single spearmen. 6 IP being decaptured by a scout. Over here, got some more gilded or lancers and spearmen. And the dragon village should be able to stand against these guys. Of course, got some archers and crossbowmen hitting him as well. Or the scout does go down. Got textiles now being researched by the Order of the Dragon. Let's see now. Red is good off 5 villagers, but remember as well, Order of the Dragon's villagers are 28% more effective, while Purdue's 25% slower. Was it 20? No, just 20% slower. So add 28% to this. I'm just going to round it to 25%. Add 10. Round it up by 1. So it's effectively 50 villagers versus 50 villagers at the moment. With differences between Akin Chapel and some basic economic text right there. The Zeus's Legacy player is still Tang Dynasty, which reduces the cost of aging up, if I remember correctly, but can't remember by how much though. So we click on the villager, goes from 240 down to 2040, and 120 or 1,200 down to 1,020. If that makes any poor sense. We do now have the Delhi Sultan, not Delhi, Dali horses, not Delhi Sultanate. Horseman's Fall, not a great transition versus the Gilded Knights. But he's maintaining spearman production, not going heavy in any gold consumption at the moment. He does have enough gold to age on up. Red has obtained 2 sacred sites. Shaolin Monk does go down there. Now Shaolin Monk trying to resume the capture. Shaolin Monk does have absurdly high attack speed and pretty good damage. One thing that's a bit off with them, they actually, I think, have pretty short melee range for a lot of units. That's the same as the Lancer melee, so never mind. Spring Golem placement, probably the one that's next to that gold deposit we saw earlier. Gilded Knight taking a bit of beating, has 5, now 6 melee armor. So Horseman doing 5 damage per attack, not too much. All 6 sides have been captured by red. And Song Dynasty also gets obtained before aging up again. So now the aging up will cost full price. Can't remember what Song Dynasty does for Zeus's Legacy. Yuan Dynasty reduces the cost of everything, right? And Ming Dynasty adds in health or damage, one of the two. I think it was health. I cannot remember what Song Dynasty does for Zeus's Legacy. Oh yeah, it was like cheaper building costs, economic costs. It's something not super great. Yeah, you can see the house costs less, and some aging ups cost normal. Yep. But structures do have a cost discount, which actually can make a pretty good farm transition if you need to transition to farms. Getting a bit of discount there going. Plus, taking time to build a lot of housing can be a good idea as well if you need to. Do now have the military academies now being researched. They're just backing off, both collecting some berries. Couple more knights there, which these will not get fully surrounded. They will be poked a little bit with the horsemen being faster. Keyword little.
Schieten ons! Jagen op vierten! Is gaan naar de heks! Ja, ja.
Right now, the Zeus's Legacy does have good number of Spearmen, Horsemen, just trash units. Has spent some gold, but of course has 1 Sacred Site and 4 relics. You could eye for UNDC to get access to some pagodas for 3 of those relics. Local doggo does go down. A number of research here do have the Inspired Warrior research, as well as economic, melee armor, and of course fortified outposts. Look inside the spring gold emplacement. Right now, red does have a slightly higher armor value, but of course got a defensive structure here. Lancers or knights, good knights charge way forward, good number of spearmen there. Good archers getting some damage. Good number of horsemen there. The knights can handle the horsemen. I think overall man at arms would be a good option for green to pull on the field, even if they are just even early man at arms, early gilded man at arms. This outpost is also firing away. Town center getting some damage here, doing 10 and 8 damage. Horsemen push way forward. Looks like the horsemen are able to connect with the the spearmen, archers. And it looks like Green's now standing and fighting. There's still a good number of spearmen there, so the Guild Knight's taking severe damage. Overall, Green does have a higher destroyed value than Red at the moment. But as these Gilded Knights are going down, that will start changing quite a bit. Yeah, immediately I looked away for a moment. It got evened out very quickly. Gilded Knights being pursued. Each one is a staggering 480 resources. Yes, Gilded Knight has 4 armor or 4 health remaining, so 1 more stab from Horseman is done for. It has now done for. Remaining of these units are being cleaned on up. Looks like Green has a higher destroyed value than Red at the moment. And Red does have more civilians at the moment on the field, but of course, remember to add 20%. I'm just going to call it plus 12, so roughly 65 to 74 in civilian counts. So Red does have the advantage, does have triple talent center now on the field. We got 1 here, here, and here. Green's trying to obtain this gold deposit. Some of the villagers backing on off, leaving enough for hideaway in these 2 fortified outposts. Both upgraded spring golds as well. Do you have some gilded man at arms or gilded lance can explode on the field? They should be a pretty excellent unit in this situation. This one here could get some good damage done. Some of these units are quite wounded, so the AoE splash could be quite significant. Get some good damage there. Of course, gets quickly picked on off. Yeah, I think that Gilded Lance Connect got to the Horsemen. Not necessarily cost effective, but did get some good work done. We've also got these other Spring Golden placements firing away, getting some good hits. Each one does, this one does 52 damage. So it tends to put holes in these horsemen. Good Knight being pursued by these forces. Lancer and 2 horsemen. Got another Spring Golden placement here. Horsemen rotating around. Could use some regular monks. The Zeus's Legacy player is nowhere near aging on up. Going for the bolt magazines, increasing the range and bonus damage versus light melee by 1. You have now a battery ram being cancelled there. Or the Dragon player is going for the Gilded Archers, which the Zunshidoos would not be good in this situation. They just need to get dragon scaled armor, and they will get +3 range armor, which will greatly reduce damage they receive from these Zunchnoos. Right now they're doing 6 damage, or +1 bonus damage, let's assume 7. Actually, just avoid the +2 damage from the blacksmith. So it'll be 5 damage, just the +3 armor alone to counteract it, assuming all their blacksmith upgrades are equal. Means it will go from 5 damage per bolt is 2 down to 2 damage, which is quite. I don't think Zunchnoos are good versus or the dragon archers at least. And at least these Zunchnoos will get bonus damage from lance connects because they are light melee. I think, once again, I think Green should go for them. Go to mana arms. They're generally pretty good in this situation. Archer mana arms. I think it'd be a good composition for Green at the moment. Got the veteran horseman now being researched by the Order Dragon player. Army value is quite similar at the moment. And now we do have the hard case bombs. Oh yeah, Zuzi's Legacy does get access to early grenadiers. They cannot get fire lancers because it's Zuzi's library research upgrade for your horsemen. But they can get early grenadiers as well as early palace guards. The number of horsemen here. Got course spring golds here. No village on the inside. Meditation gardens being disturbed. Decent number of taxes here. Can the Dragon Tower be used a gold drop-off spot? No, it does not. No, it acts as a gold tax drop-off. Very good. So now he does have a location to drop off taxes, so choose. I would want to see what happens if people were to plan around, like, say, get a town center, another gold drop-off, like the Imperial Academy from the regular Chinese. Put the granaries around it to get not only double tax drop-off, but also closer location drop them off. Knife gains good damage there. So has plenty of health. Also Swabby not being researched. Of course got Temple of Sun, giving right now his infantry units Divine Haste. Or Yuan Dynasty really. I always want to see players go for Divine Vitality more often. In between fights actually utilize it. Get some good health regen across the board. I don't really see people microing the Temple of Sun. I know I used to do it all the same, but when it comes to the Fire Pit dances in Age of Empires 3, like playing Aztecs, swap with the healing for a moment to get everybody healed on up and then push forward once again. Elite Archers not being researched by the Order of the Dragon player. We've got Elite Grenadiers for the Zuzi's Legacy. And since it's going from early to regular, that early Grenadier upgrade is probably pretty cheap. Usually the early to regular upgrades are like half cost and half a research time compared to other going from that previous age to the current age upgrade. After all, if you ever want a side-by-side comparison, look at the Bruce's early knight upgrade to the veteran rural knight upgrade, as well as regular. Oh yeah, the veteran rural knight upgrade for the French is actually half the cost and research time. +1 range damage for the Order Dragon, as well as, of course, the elite research. Right, especially forward here with battering rams. Does have elite Zunchnoos now, with a handful of grenadiers provide that debuff. Some units starting to get picked on off here. Got another knight over here. Looks like Reg is raiding the various locations, taking up the elite horsemen. Reds, however, push forward a sizable army. Still no skilled armor. Dragon skilled armor for the archers. Very big oversight in this situation, and these elite Zunchnews right now have 9 damage per bolt, which is quite significant. And these guys only have 1 range arm to begin with, so they're taking massive volleys from these Zunchnews. Not only is not keeping up the range damage or range armor, he simply has not getting the proper, hasn't gotten any of the upgrades for them. In fact, he's only been relying on the inspiration factor for that 1 armor. Those Zunchnews are hitting very hard. Capital firing away with its hand-cannoneer shot. Still got some knights lurking around. Horsemen retaliating. More battle rams now being established. Soldiers are going down there. Battery rams now being pulled in the field. And we do now have the skilled armor research by the Order of the Dragon, finally. He's got the +2 range armor as well. Horseman takes damage there. Battery ram now advancing, does spot the capital. Landmark 1 is here, 2 is here, number 3 and number 4 right there, all pretty close by to go for an annihilation victory. Horseman does have course 7 range armor moment as well, going for level 3 range armor. Also going for elite Lancers. Green's not going for a keep, help keep this game going. Oh, cannon placement over here. Nice, a horseman pushing forward. Green's army is starting to disintegrate. He has 6 military units remaining versus 84. So it looks like Green is just getting overran. I really think the lack of range armor units was a huge issue. You can't be skipping out range armor versus Chinese as well as Zuzi's Legacy. The Zunchnews will rip apart everything. You now have a keep here, getting set ablaze, and Green has back the game. There's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now, next person. Usually his replays are hidden, right? Nope, they're not hidden today. Avoid the custom games because I can't really download mod packs really at all, but I can do the Dry Arabias. 31 minutes, we could eye that one. So, Japanese versus Abbas Dynasty. No, wait, no, that was the wrong one. It was Abbas Dynasty versus Japanese. Keep an eye on that one. See if there's anything better. Japanese versus Malians. Also, Lancaster versus English. Rus versus Or the Dragon, that's too short. 19, 15, 12. I already did one for Abbas Dynasty, so we could do the Japanese versus Malians, or Japanese versus Rus. Oh wait, no, that was the, I don't know if that's a custom map or not. Was it? We already did Abbas Dynasty, so let's do this one here. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Age Mythology, Age Empires 4 replay. So on bottom left side is the blue Japanese, we got Lost Key, I think. So on top right side is the magenta Mullions, we got David Kim. This map has a lot of gold, so plenty of mining pits for the Mullions. One safe one though, everything will be else on the field. So he probably needs to find a scout which side of the map he wants to be on. So here in Trade Network could be not half bad for this map as well, help lock down a central choke point. If we look on this side of the map for the Mullions, see this tree deposit going all the way over here, so he has some natural cover. And eventually this tree deposit will choke it up as well. So here in Trade Network could be half bad for a good defensive structure. Of course, the improved trade would be reduced the fact that this trading outpost is in a bad spot. According to the minimap, this is not traversable land there, so got quite a bit of choke point on the right side as well. Left side's a little bit open, but doesn't go too far out to get a trade post. But there's, of course, some delicious venison. Just players course actually going for a spearman rush. I just now realized that. And this mining pit is in the back line, so these spearmen starting to torch down the mining pit. One player has enough gold to age on up. Though his Donzo will be superior to Spearman. Yeah, not only have they have a bit more health, they have a bit more armor and damage. So he's going for Saren Trade Network, but this time back here, actually. Saren Trade Network. Accidental Outpost improves the taxes to add plus 50% food to the taxes. Improving his value from taxes, going from maximum total is what, 5 times 8, so that is 40, right? And another 50% to that, so it makes this trade potentially up to 60% more effective. Very powerful indeed. And it also comes with a defensive javelin placement researched. All unlocks javelin placements for outposts, replaces your arrow slits with javelin placements, which is like slightly better defensive arrows. This hut will go down. Nothing too significant. These are what? Like 25 wood each. Quite an investment, just take out one hut. Pure storehouse not being obtained, we'll deploy out additional farms for him. As with level 1 wheelbarrow / berry collection being available for the Japanese player. Nope, we'll also take the time to take out that sheeple as well. Saren Trade Network, let's see, every javelin says 12 damage, pretty good. Plus 4 versus range, so it makes your gives your outpost a slight defensive capability versus range units, and I think extra damage as well, because he has 12 base damage. So that could be a difference between Saren Trade Networks with other outposts. The extra bonus versus range can be quite nice, but nothing actually too critical. After all, outposts are already pretty good versus range units for having high range armor. It just makes them a little bit better in that situation. Got professional scouts or survival techniques, I think, just got cancelled. The Japanese player has canceled survival techniques. And we've got survival techniques now being researched by the Mullion player. Got level 2 wheelbarrow for the Japanese player, because I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these words. Takizuki? Takizaku? Yeah, I can't speak foreign. And of course got some wood upgrade there. We do have also the Warrior Scout, and another Warrior Scout on the way. He may be eyeing for Professional Scouts, maybe just trying to stab his opponent. The Mullions are pretty good in the Warrior Scout, or in the Professional Scout role, the Warrior Scout upgrade. I think always Professional Scouts always need a slight look at as well. Deals plus 100% damage versus wild animals. I don't. Still, at that point, Scouts are still horrible at fighting against boar. Because boar have like what, 4 armor? Though mullions can't hunt boar. After all, they are or can't eat boar because it's be haram. Yeah, with the boar having 4 range armor, the bow attack goes from 3 to 6 damage. So it goes 1 damage up to 2 damage. Wow, how not useful. Got a number of spearmen here. Warrior scouts have high health regen, so just simply pulling them back for a short amount of time will allow them to cycle on in. You can see that health regen going. It's like 2 health regen in this age, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's like 1.5. Outpost there. Got a couple farms there by the Kira storehouse. More warrior scouts now being put in the field, and now some sofas. Got the berries being collected up here as well. He does, of course, a level 2 wheelbarrow. Needs castle to get the level 3 wheelbarrow. When I say level 2 wheelbarrow, it effectively gives him the same movement speed as wheelbarrow, but also gives him a pretty good berry collection rate. Oh, one of the warrior scouts to go down. 2 sofas in the field. Oh, so he's trying to engage some spearmen there. When the warrior scouts go down, so one of the spearmen. Warrior scouts do cost 90 resources, while spearmen cost 80 resources. Does not do 1-for-1 trade. Sofa goes down, costing 180 resources, and took out nothing there. The one villager is a little bit idle. There's the players going for more spearmen. Trying to take out these spearmen, but got the berries in the way. Game providing a bit of an urbanized environment. A bit of damage, but warrior scouts can heal that up, no problem. Another mining pit right here. I see some blue spearmen here. And he is actually going for a handful trade, nothing too significant. He does have 1 trade, of course the certain trade network does provide him a bit of extra taxes here. Which itself will... Oh yes, food equal to taxes, right? I always forget, what's taxes again? That damage there. Yeah, so the Terran Trading Network just buy a little bit more. But he will get some trade income going. It's a slight benefit, boosted. 45 is nothing too significant though. Gold, that's actually quite low in gold. I can't speak right now. You have now the floating gate now being researched as well as Daimyo Manor. Up north got the spearmen hitting some villagers. Sofa's retaliating. Volume player's not close to aging up the most. Good spear brace there, but the spearman has gone down. Floating gate has been completed. Sofas or warrior scouts have some damage there, but 1 warrior scout does go down. Does have now 2 defensive arrows on the manor itself. Sofas push their way forward. Good number of them though. Needs our iron age up. Has some gold reserve. Needs to stick at the moment. We now have a mounted bannerman. 1 mounted samurai here as well. The mounted bannerman does manage to survive. He has 1 Shinto priest he can use to get that healed on up, which would be very nice. Bannerman costs what, 240? 250. Not cheap, so getting that healed up by a Shinto priest would be a good idea. Would be very cost effective. After all, a Shinto Priest does cost, what, 100 resources? 150? Granted, this is, of course, even a free one to boot. Level 3 wheelbarrow now being researched. Mana Samurai getting hit by these guys. At this current rate, you may need to get some mounted archers to get the Unomushas. We got a good number of Sofas to build here. Only a handful of warrior scouts in the field, which is not going to go for veteran warrior scouts. Spearmen would still be a good option though. And a good number of Sofas there are quite wounded. Of course, cannot deploy Imam yet, because he's still age 2. Fortunate enough, not really on the age up whatsoever, is he? He's just building more and more Sofa. Some warrior scouts are here. Warrior scouts backing on off, taking a bit of damage. We do have now these Sofas before. Got a good number of spearmen here. Takes one of the warrior scouts, but the spearmen will quickly overrun by all Sofas. Only hardened spearmen right now, no veteran spearmen. Veteran spearmen research now the way. And Jeffrey plays going for some of the Oni Bugashas, which are pretty good anti-low armor units. Sofas only have 2 armor at this age, plus 1 to blacksmith potentially. Of course, it's an age difference, and before import armor as well, so they should do decent for the Sofas. Got a Wolo there, gets immediately picked off though. Mounted Bannerman has not been healed on up all the way. Just keep these guys healed up. They're pretty wounded. It'll take a bit of time, but it's definitely worth the wait. Good number of Dons on the build queue. Basic walls here. He did not actually need these walls at the moment. Not sure how many total outposts here. Got 1, 2, 3 for taxes. And do now have them Shinto Shrine actually established to actually drop off the relics. Drops off one of the relics there. The number of Mounted Samurai here, but they're getting overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Jetblade's not been building up enough units of Spears to be. Got Veteran Spear now pushing forward on the created outpost here. Magenta's now starting to fall on back. We got a good number of... Blue has a slight kill value, and some of the extra villagers killed off. But still pretty even out of that aspect. Magenta does have a higher armor value. Problem is, it's the tech. One-man Samurai comes for a nice little flank there, picks up some of the Sofas and Donzo. Got some Musafati Warriors, which are for good anti-heavy damage, but the problem is still an age of disadvantage. Overall, I think Spearman's still a better option than Musafati Warriors. Ono Bugashos is pushing forward. He does have +2 range damage, going for the veteran Ono Bugashos as well. Green Goblin placement firing away. Now these ladies up to 9 damage, they get up to 10 damage this age. And right now, Sofa's only 2 armor, so they'll take 8 damage per slice, which is quite significant. If they were Castle Age with imported armor, they'll be up to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional armor, up to 7 armor. If they get the next age, we got the Farmbia garrison up in Pony Field, get access to monster units. Maybe I'm for the monster Musafati warriors. But I can't remember what they get from that. They get... I can't remember what they get from that. My apologies. Let's see how well it goes. Oh, cancels it. One of the rare times we see a late cancel like that. Going for Grand Filani Corral, he wants to go for Eco now. And he is not deployed. He has 7 cows in the field. Gotta keep those doggies rolling. Doing some cattle ranches. Need to intercept the rest of these forces. These villagers are gonna get hit pretty hard there. Mountain Samurai all the same damage as Lancers in Knights. And right now they're at 26. And the villagers do have textiles. They will get 3-shotted rather than 2-shotted. If there was +2 range melee armor for Magenta, then it would take 4 damage, or 4 shots. And Magenta, or Blue does spot the trade. Age up now complete. For the case, well, let's switch over to the next player. +4, +4. Yep, that's I think it is 8%. They're at 45. If it was 10%, that would also show 4. Of course, small percentages, so I'm hard to explain. Show. Veteran Musafati warriors now researched. Oni Bugashas will report in veteran Musafati warriors. And right now, against all these veteran Onobuki shells, I think some archers and or spring guards would be very nice. My player's struggling with his golden tongue. Striking the ball in the barrel, has some food and wood to go along with it. Got gun spearman here as well, so more archers seem like a good idea for me. The one player, of course, it doesn't have too much resources stockpiled on up. Mountain Samurai get picked off by the Musafati warriors and the sofa. Looks like he has 18 cows in the field. And starting to torch down some of these walls. Veteran Spearman research now on the way, or Veteran Donzo research on the way for the Malian player. Mountain Samurai takes some damage there. Jam placing also supported him. He is torching down this wall segment, which is also a pretty good bluff because we already know from our cast vision this is actually not traversable. So Blue just wasted his time right there. Don't know if Magenta did that on purpose or not, but it is what it is. Imported armor now being researched there. Got some Veteran Donzo now put on the field over here. They do have inherently 1 melee armor, but won't really help too much versus the Oni Bugashas. There's also Bannerman support these units as well. The veteran Oni Bugashas right now have 11. It actually says 12 damage, so round up 12, round down 11. Magenta's trying to get a bit more of a tight space there. Counselor capital firing away. Deletes the lumber camps there. While Musafati warriors will defeat Spearman in 1v1 combat, they will have trouble for these Oni Bugashas. Looks like blue will win out. There's not much left there for blue to push forward with. Up north, we do have another Lancer being picked off by the Sofas. We have veteran Sofas. Good number Spearman on the field, though. I still believe the Mauling player needs to get out some archers because he's fighting against light melee infantry quite significantly. Got a horseman here by the Japanese player, a singular horseman. He also has a singular samurai, an upgraded samurai. Mauling keep going on up, particularly to help protect this trade. Those are the villagers backing off, taking a bit too much damage there. Some Sofas trying to retaliate. He's at one of the Mount Samurai there. Cavern placement firing away. Villagers being tasked back on the keep. Over here, got another Mount Samurai. Looks like will be picked off by this Sofa. And some Blues horses here being picked off as well, including the regular Samurai. All those units get cleaned on up. Keep about to get established. Notice this mining pit has been fully torched. Magenta will need to take time to build out some more mining pits. Problem is, they're all going to be in the middle of the map. Easily can be destroyed. Massive number of spring golden places by blue. 2 right there. And looks like they're being fortified as well. Those can hit by another Mount Samurai once again. Spearman being pursued now. We do have these units being picked on off. They do get hit by the Sofas. Right now the Sofas are right now at 6 melee armor, taking up to 7 this age. Gonzo's engaged by the Oni Bugashas. With that plus 1 extra armor, it does make them take a bit more beating, but versus Oni Bugashas, they will still outright lose. Sofa's heading over here, trying to engage some villagers. Blue will win right there. All success captured up by blue as well. And blue has obtained 4 relics. The last relic is next to this keep there. Now got these Mount Samurai engaging these traders. He has rebuilt those walls there, even though they're not needed. And he is going for some extra walls here to help protect his trade line. Some backline walls always can be quite nice. That way he can squirrel away his traders to the market for the interim. Those horses being pursued. Got another small amount of force there. Got a good number of Sofas here, but they're all pretty wounded. Oh, here we got the Sofas pushing forward, some loose body warriors in tow. These Sofas pushing forward as well. Got some fortified outposts here as well. Looks like a good number of those villagers are going on down. Trying to torch down some of these other structures. More forces pushing, could push on forward there. Those villagers being pursued. Now blues kill off 46 civilians. Magenta's only kill off 14. Magenta does also have a good number of traders, but they have similar numbers at the moment. Those traders should be providing more income than the villagers when it comes to gold, thanks to the extra taxes and just thanks to the extra taxes. They can be up to 68% more effective with how the total Saharan trade network is actually put. But if I see another one there, I see only 4 trade outposts at the moment. Yep, looks like there's only 4 total outposts at the moment out of 5. So right now he only has plus 60% effective traders. Actually, no, it's probably a little bit less than that. We do now have the good number of spearmen straightforward. It's like plus 56%, or something of that sort. Sofas managed to break through over here due to their higher armor. They're able to push the only blue shells there very nicely. Blue needed more spearmen and maybe some of the Onomushas. Vegeta is now also going to break his way forward. Got a good number of relics here. 4 relics claimed by blue, of course. Red player has enough gold to age him up, but he's struggling on food at the moment. The Malign player is straightforward. Of course, got the Daimyo Palace here. She just offer 3 defensive arrows amongst garrison arrows. And blue does back the game now. This anchor saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to next replay. Before I get started next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back. Let's see now. I have enough hard drive space for one more replay, so let's find a good one. Got to clear up my hard drive space before this live stream. Hopefully this won't seem like not custom maps. Not long enough either way. 5 minutes, perfect. 21 seconds, even better. 31. Could do this one. Yeah, we will do this one. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 4 replays. Well, on the bottom left side is the yellow Jeanne d'Arc. We got Numidan On top right side is the Red House of Lancaster. We got Not Riven. When it comes to map generation, let's see. Got deer deposit up front right here, so a little bit exposed. This deer deposit way off the side. Red's deer deposit spawn back here, nice and safe. Of course, deer deposit also spawn on the same side. As both a large gold and stone next to each other with a large berry deposit. His boar deposit spawned up here, and his other gold deposit actually is pretty safe right here, the small one. And his other small one, it's actually spawned a little bit forward here, a little bit more exposed being in front of these trees. Yellow, of course, has a gold deposit, nice and safe back here, stone deposit up front. Large gold deposit and small gold deposit over here. I think Red overall has a better map generation, but it's only ever so slight. We got the Castle Lancaster now being employed in the field. Jean d'Arc. Gone for an early wheelbarrow, that's what's going on. So Jean d'Arc has gone from early wheelbarrow. House of Lancaster, a lot of times like to boom up with additional manners. Let's see. Does she want to go for a range or melee variant? School Cav, of course, being employed in the field. Let's see. I'm always a bit more impartial to range variant for Jean d'Arc. And against the House of Lancaster, you do have to deal with Billman. I can see either direction though. If it's going to be also a question between champions and riders. Riders, of course, get bonus damage versus crossbowmen. Champions, of course, get better damage versus spearmen, which is probably a little bit better in this situation. House of Lancaster doesn't have any special crossbowman effects. Most civilizations have pretty generic crossbowmen. One of the French, and of course, Jean d'Arc has, of course, the Arbaletiers. But most civilizations has pretty generic crossbowmen. Of course, the what's called Knights Templar do have the Genoese crossbowman, which is a variant, but they also have the original one. Jean d'Arc has been leveled up to the Huntress version. Allows her access to the Divine Arrow, which is a pretty good, actually, anti-villager tool of all things. We'll spot the Scout here. 4 manners have been obtained. Of course, we got the Royal Knight there. Another reason why I go for the Castle Lancaster. Because, of course, get additional arrows. There's another manor. Actually, a manor got pushed all the way up there. Not sure why. But this cannot get additional defense arrows. The Castle Lancaster, good for defense. It's meant to protect this gold deposit early on. While also being far enough back, the manors won't be hit all too often. Cannot be easily raided. I always find the people pushing forward the manors too far forward has always been an issue. It does take up one of the villagers there, and the Royal Knight does go down. Putting the Castle of Lancaster up here, it would seem like a good idea to maximize the defense capabilities, but also makes your manors on the front line easier to take out. Sure, they get bonus health, but if they're on the front line, they're easier to take out and remove, and you actually rely on the economy for this. So in the backline position here, to help protect backline strategic resource, in this case gold, is going to be hard to raid and provide excellent defense. So I think this is a best spot for the Lancaster Castle. The only thing better I could say is maybe put it right here to help try to protect both gold deposits, but that's probably stretching it to a little bit. Multiple barracks now being established, as well as a stable, going for the Hobler unique unit, which is a cheaper but weaker horseman. And we do have now another town sort of built next to the deer deposit. I've been seeing this as a bit of a comeback lately, this sort of strategy, probably because how much they've been trying to nerf professional scouts, it seemed like. Now it looks like the console created a building. The School of Cavalry. They actually had a passive icon here. Very nice. I know in a couple years too, I've been adding a lot of passive icons to my stuff as well. Into my mod, but it's always nice seeing more passive icons In this case, there's a basic placeholder. Hey, this is a placeholder right here. Divine Arrow hits the Hobler. Couple Divine Arrows here. Does hit this guy twice. He does have 100 health, so 2 Divine Arrows takes it down by 80 health. A single Royal Knight here. 3 armor. These guys are do 7 damage, which is not very high, even. And so they'll do 4 damage per attack against the Royal Knight, which is not a lot at all. Attack speed is actually faster than a normal horseman, which is usually 1.75. These guys are 1.5. Hobler is effectively a bit more of a counter unit for a horseman variant. Meant to counter range units. +7 versus range. And right now, Jeanne d'Arc is classified as a light range, so in theory she should receive bonus damage from that. She'd also move at Musafati warrior speed, so it's slightly faster, but not like there's any formation units she can go along with. +1 range damage on the way for Jeanne d'Arc. Takes out the horseman. House of Lancaster going for a good number of spearmen and hoblars. Got a good number of Royal Knights push way forward. Royal Knights push way forward. No, try to go for Spear Brace there. Horse pulls back. Good charge attack there. Archers started stepping away, trying to engage these formations, and now there's quite a bit of units here. If Jeanne d'Arc can stay alive, there's going to be a lot of experience for her to obtain. Of course, got the horsemen that's starting to get on top of her. She does have Divine Restoration available. Some archers are going down. Jeanne d'Arc is escaping away in formation. Capital has 7 guys loaded on him. 2 more Royal Knights push way forward. Some of these villagers may be going down. Jeanne d'Arc's been picked off. Immediately redeploy her. Try to get that experience going. Just missing out a lot of experience here. I think Jeanne d'Arc should be deployed on out. But it looks like not. She did spend a bit of gold there. I just see all the experience she's not getting. We do have now some of these outlying units getting picked on off. Villagers here are going to get hit. Royal Knights are dancing around, of course. Royal Knights start to way forward, able to deal with hoblars, no problem. It's the Spearmen. Town centers focus on the Spearmen, which is a good idea. Not only do they have less range armor, but they also pose the higher threat. Villagers playing Ring Around the Rosie. Some of these villagers are starting to go on down as well. Yellow does have 2 town centers, of course, so her village production is much higher. But Jeanne d'Arc's still have to contend with all the manors, which provides excellent income. Right now, just only 3 though. Effectively adds in what 2 extra villages worth of income. So add 6. So the economy seems pretty similar at the moment, with my offhand math. Consecrate's also another aspect I cannot really calculate all too well. But right now, yellow has a higher destroy value than red. And now I got another archer range there, very nice. The secondary town center does have 11 villages nearby. Could try go for an outpost in this region. Red's now getting recent the Billman upgrade. Jeanne d'Arc has been redeployed. Miss out on a lot of experience. These Royal Knights have taken some damage there. Chivalry could be a good idea, but right now she's struggling with a bit of resources. House of Lancaster, of course, is good. None of these Hoblars in the field. They can easily escape the Royal Knights. Spearmen in the woods, ready for a bit of an ambush, because they are lurking in bush. They are indeed the bush. We do now have the Hoblars perfect forward, trying to torch down the town center. Charge attack there. Some hits there. Secondary towns that are getting hit. Got some French archers over here. Jeanne d'Arc is way back here, not being microed at all, which is a bit of a problem. Gotta get her experience going. Archer's taking some hits there. Of course, has probably 3 out of 4 charges of Divine Arrow, which could be very helpful right now. And looks like the Spearman falling back. The town center is not on fire at the moment. House of Lancaster right now 17 Spearmen, 17 Hoblars at the moment. Jeanne d'Arc does have 12 archers, 12 Royal Knights. And there we go. Got Jeanne d'Arc now pushing forward. It may be a good idea to use Divine Restoration on some of these units. Get on. Oh, nope, it's on cooldown right now. Depends how confident if the unit's going to be in between engagements for a long enough time. Germany's course being researched now. Jeanne d'Arc's also having trouble with food income at the moment. Berries being picked off to last. So we got the deer deposit down here she may go for. Assuming she has it scouted out. No, she does not see the deer deposit down there. Royal Knights charging way forward. Jeanne d'Arc is now in combat there, so she's able to get some experience going. Round of farms there, collecting the berries. Not a great source of food, but a source of food. I'll go push before, but somehow on the mini map it looks like a bit of a weird little rectangle thing, like almost like a circle. If I can reduce the size of it. Raid's also obtained the delicious boar, has survival techniques. We got the delicious venison. Of course, this venison here is untouched and unspoiled. But they do have attack or move order. Hoblars push right forward. And King's Cool Leg now being thrown in the field. Takes out one of the Hoblars there. Divine Arrow there as well. Takes a couple more of those Hoblars, giving Jeanne d'Arc some experience. King's College now being employed in the field. Of course, make all research costs 50% less, which is very nice, particularly the later on university techs. Also give you access to what, 5 or 6 unique research? And now got the Guild Hall now being employed in the field. Gold deposit here has almost been obtained. There's a bit of walls over here to help keep the venison and perhaps the gold deposit obtained. I'll just go for stone later. I have a feeling the red palace is going to be deployed up here to protect the gold deposits. I always feel like it's always a good idea to put the red palace in the middle right here, because it of course is a powerful defensive emplacement. Veteran Hoblar, Veteran Spearman, age up. Veteran Royal Knight, Veteran Archer. King's College does give access to a bunch of unique research. We do have Hill training. Increases Hoblars get plus, actually gets charge damage, 25% increased damage, and reduces their production time costs. And they just have standard charge damage. Their production time is 15 seconds, so this will in theory reduce down to what, 7.5? 8 seconds, so I think it rounded up. Also gives them charge damage. And not 50%, 25% increased charge. And it actually does increase it by 125%. So they actually have a charge attack now. Right now doing 22 damage. Of course, some other useful technology here. Your knights and demon lancers get +5 bonus versus heavy units, making them a bit more effective versus heavy. And Jean d'Arc, who's known for royal knights. This could be a very good use research there, but they're also known for arbaletiers. And they get countered by, which are a good counter to knights and demi lancers, so maybe a double-edged sword in that situation, going for that fight the royal knights. Burgundy imports make your effectively you get access to Streltsy, which is very nice. I mentioned early hand cannoneers. Getting those villagers going down there. Nice little pick. And increased bonus damage makes your units do bonus damage just even more effective. It's always quite nice. Some of these villagers did get hit there. And it looks like these holders are completely boxed on in. They are now trapped. He's going to try to torch, or no, he tried to go for a charge attack. Oh no, that is also more boxed on in. They are completely trapped here. Oh no. Or oh yes, depending on who you're rooting for. I just feel like that. Oh crap, the English player just got outplayed really badly. Not only he got boxed in, he got himself even more boxed in. Oof, that was a slaughter. 8,000 destroyed value versus 3,300. Massive victory for Jean d'Arc. And then mentioned these units will of course get healed up by Chivalry, and not a single one of those royal knights went down right there. Couple outposts here in the mining pit. Eventually, I guess. These villagers are the ones who are tasked to build it. Yellow's now venturing forward with archers and royal knights. Good number of billmen now deployed in the field. Do you have Jean d'Arc almost leveled up? Definitely Jean's champions. The heavy infantry unit's probably the best choice to deal with all the spearmans. Right now, 3 out of 6 men is deployed in the field. Oblars move forward, good number of spearmen. And Jean d'Arc needs to level up. Does. And I'm assuming champions. There's the champions. Of course, the billmen are on the field as well to help neutralize the Jean's champion's aura. Nice restoration there. Yellow is getting hit by a large amount of trash. Spearman still pushing my way forward. Jean d'Arc herself goes down there. Got a decent amount of experience though. She is going to be expensive to replace. About 500 gold right now. Definitely a good idea to get her back in the field. Now she's also mounted, so she can accompany the knights even better. That's a monk, not Jean d'Arc. Jean d'Arc is right there. Spearman push right forward. I think Jean d'Arc may just need to manually start deploying out some more Jean's champions at this current rate. Even his regular mana arms won't be half bad right now. Increased mana capacity now being researched. Jean d'Arc is being hit since she is classified as range. She does take bonus damage from the Hobos, so she will get picked off immediately there. Didn't get too much experience there. Got actually a decent amount. She can be resummoned. More archers have been put on the field, but they're getting picked off one time. Yellow's starting to get backed up into a corner right now. More royal knights being pulled in the field. Nice charge way forward as well. Capital have getting some more garrison arrows. More Royal Knights being spawned on in. The destroyer battle is greatly evened out because Red had a better counter army of just good number of spearmen. Not too many yellow archers on the field. Helps deal with it. We do now have the Muslim Nobles, so the Demi-Lancer levy now being researched. Demi-Lancer says they're worth 240. In theory, they should get unusually high experience to Jeanne d'Arc, if that is the case. In other words, that may or may not be good. Actually, looks like the noble levy dedicated to pull on the field. Good number of them, though. But like I said beforehand, look, if you look at the Demi-Lancers, you can see here, it says they're worth 240. Jeanne d'Arc usually gets 10% as experience. So in theory, she should get 24 experience. Each one of these guys go down nearby. But the problem is, Demi-Lancers are not even, has probably approximate effective value of like a horseman, like 120. I rate them closer to. Jeanne d'Arc has been redeployed to the battlefield. Consecrates another building. Also got archer range this time. Pumbaa does get picked off there. Hoblars and Demi-Lancers push forward. Demi-Lancers have 17 torch damage. These Hoblars have 17 torch damage as well, so they have the same torch damage. And one piece of medicine remaining with 163 health, nothing too significant. Royal Knights rotating around. Where is Jeanne d'Arc? So my theory about the Demi-Lancers cannot be put to test as Jeanne d'Arc's not nearby. Wait, yellow has obtained this gold deposit. I was not paying attention to that. Yellow's being hyper greedy right there. Demi-Lancers will fall back in time. And the red palace has been established. There's Jeanne d'Arc. Okay, the towns have got, of course, its visual upgrade and then disintegrated. Red Palace pull in the field in a position I was not really expecting. I would assume be a bit more center, provide some defense there. But the Red Palace is immensely powerful. So this town will go down, but Jeanne d'Arc has plenty of villages right now. Good hits there. Demi-Lancers in the background. Large Hoblars went down there. Now a massive number of archers going down. Yeah, it looks like Demi-Lancers do provide plus 24, so they bleed off a particularly high experience when they're not worth that much. So Demi-Lancers you want to try to avoid around Jeanne d'Arc, assuming she's not fully aged, leveled up. Good enough experience there. Now got the elite archer deployment. Of course, got the Red Palace firing away as well. Jeanne d'Arc's getting mass experience. Looks like the Red's just throwing military units to the field. Red Palace still as lethal as always. Jeanne d'Arc almost got a full level up there. She got like 700 experience. Now she should go for more champions. So the cannon, probably the cannon. Because the cannon's always quite nice to have deployed in the front line. And not to mention this gold deposit. Now the keep also has an arbalist placement. We also got fair outposts here. Fortified, no units on the inside. 25 villagers, enough garrison space for everybody. What a good idea to at least go for some arrow slits. Arrow slits will help them have the garrison arrows help range the other side of the keep. Pumbaa has been tamed a little bit there. Horseman may have spotted the villagers. Looks like not. Double fortified outpost here. No weapon upgrade afterwards. I wonder how the guild hall is looking. Currently providing gold. Just reached the withdrawal, of course. Probably food for the age up. Who knows? Royal Knights there, having some damage. No Royal Bloodlines just yet. Got a Royal Knight there, some units and stuff up here. Royal Knight's being chased around. Let's keep an eye on this engagement though. Good chance Jeanne d'Arc will get her level up in this engagement if Red was stuck around. Royal Knight's trying to way forward, good damage on the Hoblars, and I think I may have mentioned before these are trash units, but that's simply not the case. Hoblars are actually do cost gold rather than wood.
What shall each do?
There's stone collection there as well. There's actual extra villagers now pushing way forward. Got some villagers over here as well. Yellow feels like it has a pretty good commanding position on the game. House of Lancaster is very far from aging on up. In fact, has no gold income, nor is able to obtain any since Yellow's obtaining it. So there's no chance Red can age up. No relics either. It's not looking good for Red. He's unable to age up, so he has to solely rely on Spearmen and Hobler. Crossbow is something. No. Archers would be adequate versus archers, but still, it's not an exceedingly worse position. Nice spear brace there. Mass engagement. Jeanne d'Arc needs to keep on firing off her divine arrows. Just use the champions there. She should be able to level up. Yep. Could have waited to level up completely before she did that ability. Needs to use Valor's Aura there. Now she has, of course, a man arms and champion. Of course, a big aura effect help her out. Got a number of Spearmen and Oblars here. She does have the hand cannoneer, which also provides her a very powerful cannonballs. Which is very particularly useful against taking out siege weapons. Red's bringing in more and more spearmen. More of these knights starting going down. Red has some Hoblars still left in the field, but the Billmen can get picked off by these archers. No universal attack yet by Jeanne d'Arc, so she could be slightly better. Trying to set a step away. These archers right now do have 11 damage at the moment, plus range 3 range armor. So they get incendiaries, they'd be even decent versus the Hoblars. Things follow the Spearmen. He also, Jeanne d'Arc can always go for Arbuteers and Gamisons. And Red has back the game now. Unable to obtain any gold, he has no way for him to win. Zangrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to next replay. And right now, I do not have enough hard drive space to record another game. This Zangrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and all. Have a good evening.